So, so, let me let you guys in on a secret. Like, this is the first time I'll be working on a presentation. I will have such a short time, and I'll be able to conceptualize the whole idea and come up with a slide, a comprehensive slide, and still be able to deliver on time. So, so like after I finish this slide, I'm like, this is the standard for every other presentation I will be doing for the rest of my life, because this has always been the kind of presentation I've always wanted to do. And the delivery, I hope we also match up with the presentation, because I'm so tired, honestly speaking. So the topic is generating ideas, and I also added here that I'll be giving you helpful tips for absolute beginners in the world of graphic design. And of course, today is July 1st, 2020. So happy new month, everybody. I pray that for all of us all. So here's how this presentation is going to go. I will tell you a little bit about myself, what I do, what I used to do. Then I will share tips with you on how you can generate ideas as a graphic designer. Then there'll be two slots for questions. That one would be almost at the middle of the session, and there will also be another slot for questions at the end of the session. So, and also I'll be sharing case studies with you, and these case studies are largely due to my works when I used to design. And the reason I decided to use my own case studies is I remember, so let me tell you a little story. Sorry, with me, I like to talk a lot, and it's just guys, once you get bored, you can just commit yourself and say, go and find somewhere to sleep. Life no outreach. So, um, so like 7 years ago, that was when I started doing designing. Yeah, I just finished secondary school. I enrolled at this computer school. Then I got introduced to Corel Draw. And after I finished like my own session at the computer school, like the people that came after me, I was teaching them Corel Draw. And you know, one of the interesting thing about Corel Draw is like when you're installing Corel Draw, especially all those X6, XM, it will show you designs that other people around the world have done. And you know, back then, I was teaching them, but even me myself, I couldn't execute or do those kind of designs. So I'll just tell them that, see, this corridor you want to learn, oh, this is the potential in learning the corridor. These are the kind of things you'll be able to do, even though I myself could not do them. So, so this is 7 years down the line, and I think the same thing should not be repeating itself. So it's now that, oh, these are the ways to generate ideas. These are the way to go about things, and these are the way I have applied them in past projects and how other people have applied them. So there will be more focus on the works I've done in the past, and just one case study from a popular Nigeria brand, which you will get to know as we get into it. So my name is Aremu Smog. People call me Aremu Smog. And very recently, some people have been calling me Smog Daddy, which is not bad. So I used to be a designer. I call myself an ex-designer. Yeah, I did graphic design actively for, like, okay, I would say actively for about 5, 6 years. I stopped designing actively like early this year. That's January 1st, 2020. If you have questions as to why I stopped designing, you can ask in any of the sessions we'll be having later on. And yeah, so the branding, logo design, event branding, flyers, roll-up banners, I did everything. But presently, I work as a full stack developer, translating mad designs to mad websites at Port Canvas. So this talk or this session is primarily targeted at newbies. So if you're guys or if you've been doing design for 2 or 3 years, this talk might not really be for you, because this is really, really, really the basics. This is like milk, just like the Bible says. So, so this talk is primarily targeted at newbies. However, of course, there's no knowledge wasted. You can still have around, even if you've been doing design for years, there might still be a few things you would learn, but do not be disappointed if I'm not talking about vocabulary or if I'm not saying big, big English. And also, I forgot to add that I might not say official English because this is not an English class. Like, I'm here to talk about generating ideas, not how to speak proper English. Though I'll try my best. So, the question is, why should you be able to generate ideas? So the first thing that comes to your mind, you're in a graphic design session, the first thing that comes to your mind is to be able to create amazing designs. While I do not disagree with you on that, are a few things you should know. So let's just get into it. So what are ideas in the first place? So ideas help us to solve problems. So there's a problem, then everybody is looking for ideas on how to solve the problem. And I give 3 examples here. Training session that we're having presently. Emmanuel saw that, oh, there's a gap in training people the basics and the fundamentals of design. Then decided to provide a solution. That started with an idea. Look at Apple. Apple started with, say, oh, we want sleek computers. We want everybody to be able to. Apple is all about sleek performance and all of those things. All those things are someone's idea. And we all know that person. The person is Steve Jobs. Let's look at clothing, for example. To tell you that idea even started with creation. When Adam and Eve, when they sinned, they discovered that they were naked. They saw themselves as being naked. So what's the next thing? They have to think of an idea in order to solve that problem. Because the problem now is they are naked. So the idea is to clothe themselves with figs. Now multiplied into people now wearing Gucci, wearing Versace, and all of those things. So idea goes beyond. So the gospel I'm trying to preach here is that idea goes beyond your Corel Draw, it goes beyond your Illustrator, it goes beyond your Photoshop. Idea. So for many designers, it's very important for you to remember that you were first human before you became or decided to be a designer. I don't know if you got that. So you were first human before you decided to become a designer. Therefore, idea generation is not just a design problem, it is a human problem. So just to put this at the back of your mind, every single day we come around problems, and it is with ideas, whether fantastic or not fantastic ideas, that we're able to find solutions to these problems. So your ability to be able to generate idea is not attached or tied to the fact that you're a designer. Your ability to be able to generate ideas is attached to the fact that you are a human being in the first place. Because whether you like it or not, you are generating ideas every day, whether they are design related or not. So design-wise, so we know that this is a design meeting or design session. How are you able to generate ideas? How are you able to optimize yourself for ideas? So the first thing, which will help most of you, is to master the tools. And I'm referring to your Photoshop, your Illustrator, After Effects, your WordPress, your Webflow, and whatsoever it is. And here's the reason. If you do not know how to use your tools very well, it's very difficult for you to think along the line of that idea. And I will show you something now. So I worked on this while preparing this slide. And like I said, like I woke up around 2 a.m. Started working on this slide like around 5 or 4 a.m. or thereabouts. So I tried to work on this this fictional 404 page. So the only reason I was actually able to work on this design is, one, I know how to remove image background with Photoshop. Two is, after bringing the image into Illustrator, I know the kind of manipulation to do in order to make the O appear on my neck as a necklace. So because I've used these tools over and over and over, I've mastered these tools. It was easy for me to come up with this idea. But even if in the first place I don't know how to remove image from the background with Adobe Photoshop, I'll probably think in another direction. Maybe the direction would have been better than this, but definitely it wouldn't have arrived at this. I wouldn't have arrived at this. So it's very, very important for you to master your tools. It's very important for you to know how your tools work in and out. So the next thing is master the principles. I put it here that tools will help you get the job done, but principles will help you get the job done very well. I don't know if you get that. Tools help you get the job done, but principles will help you get the job done very well. So let me go back to this design. So if I didn't understand the principles of design, if I didn't understand hierarchy, I probably would have used the same font size that I use for page not font with 404. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So even though I have this whole idea of doing a 404 error and having the necklace, having the having the O around me as a necklace, because I understood the principle of design, when I added page not found, I did not leave it as color white. I had to turn it to color yellow, not to give it a better contrast. So understanding the principles of design will actually help you achieve the kind of results you want to achieve faster, or help you come up with fantastic ideas faster than you think. So these things will not make sense at this stage, but by the time you get into design, all these things will make more sense. So, and I did this design in less than 30 minutes. So that's just to show that, that's just to show you how, simply understanding your tools, how they work, and simply understanding the principle and how they work can help you generate fantastic ideas. So the next thing is understand the brief. So we are getting into the reading now. So Uncle Shola, your fellowship member, the Lord spoke to him that, Shola, come and be selling come and be selling pancake. And you, innocent boy, maybe 100 level or 200 level, Uncle Shola saw that you've been playing with color. Uncle Shola now help me design flyer for this my pop business. Then you two, sharp guy, Corel Draw you. You just jump into Corel Draw and you started designing. It will end in tears. You need to understand the problem that you are solving before you're able to come up with an idea to solve the problem. Like I said, there's something I noted here. I said, remember, we are in the business of solving problems and not mixing shapes, colors, and images. What that means is, if you don't understand the problem, you cannot come up with a fantastic idea and design a flyer that people that want to buy the pop-pop of Uncle Shola will say, wow, I need to have a taste of this pop-pop. Because, like Emmanuel has been teaching you guys for the past, for the past days, design is about passing the message, it's about passing information. That's why design is different from art. So, I noted that it's better to spend 2 weeks asking questions than 2 weeks of back and forth. And I'll share a case study here. So this is a web banner I worked for Baby Inn. Baby Inn is an e-commerce that sells baby stuffs. Now, these designs you are seeing actually took a day to design. But before I was able to design at all, I spent 2 weeks talking with the client. In fact, what the clients wanted was just, he just wanted flyer. That's what he said. He just wanted web banners and all those things. Then from our discussions, I began to see that, I went to the website, studied the website, understood the brief. Then I saw, what you actually need to do for your business is to do a form of weekend deal. So he wanted to do promoted ads, and the promoted ads were supposed to last for a weekend. So I'm like, okay, why not do weekend deals and give it out to people? Then we started working, then we talked about it, left, right, middle, and center, and in the end, this is what we came up with. So, like I said, this took a day. So the web banners are actually more than this. These are actually just a few ones I took from the old web banner. And it took 2 weeks to understand the brief, and it took a day to get the direction, to get the job done. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. So understand the brief, because if you don't understand the brief, you'll never be able to come up with an idea to solve the problem that is at hand. So in order to be able to generate ideas, you need to carry out thorough research. That time, when I started out design, let's say somebody reached out to me and said, Smog, how far? I want to start tailoring. I need a logo. You know what I would do? I'll just go to Google and search for tailor logos in Nigeria, or top 10 tailor logos in Nigeria. Then that was it. Life moves on. Then you look for one or two, you feel like you are inspired, then you go and take scissors, you enter Corel Draw, you probably even carry sewing machine, patch everything together and say London tailor and ship it up to the client. Even though at that stage, both the client and you didn't know what you were doing. But for you to be able to scale as a designer and for you to be able to generate fantastic ideas, you need to carry out a thorough research. And this is actually in line with understanding the brief. So somebody gave you a problem statement. Let's say, for example, I studied some and geoinformatics in school, and somebody is starting, let's say, a food business, and they reach out to me. I first need to understand what is going on in the food business. What are the kind of colors they use? Because that's what graphic design is about. Graphic design is about passing an information. I need to understand the kind of colors that they use. I need to understand the kind of shapes, the kind of forms that work in that space before I can be able to come up with an idea and say, this is the direction we are going. So you need to carry out thorough research. The next thing is, with respect to generating ideas, is start with sketches. And you have no idea how much ideas can come from just say, take your pen or your pencil and put it to paper and say, let's look at the direction where these things are going. The only fantastic thing about sketches and not going directly to your computer to get stuff done is this: is once you enter your computer, you feel like perfection is what you want to achieve. Whereas sketches give you the freedom of, say, freedom of exploration. So while you are sketching, you can still go to Google to research. While you are sketching, you can still go to Behance.net to see what other guys are doing and just look for things, look at the whole layout and put it down in a raw format before you now begin to translate into design. And of course, you can do sketches for about anything. In fact, though, like for a few designs that I see these days, like I said, I don't do designs actively again. Even if I want to design a flyer, I actually put pen and paper and say, oh, this is where I would like the image to be. This is where I think the colors should be. This is where I think the shape should be. This is what I think the background should look like. So by the time I'm designing, I already have an idea of where I'm going to. So what do you call it? It's not inspiration. One will not just blow to your head, and you just find a way to solve the problem. No, it doesn't happen that way. It doesn't occur that way. You have to be calm, relaxed, in order to be able to get the ideas, in order to get the job done. So this is another case study. This is Tars Leather Works. I worked on this brand identity in 2018, my final year in Futa. So Tars is my classmate, and he started this shoe business. So this case studies cover what it means to what do you call it, to do a thorough research and starting with sketches. So I spoke with Taz, and he said three things mattered to him as a business. He said it mattered to him to show creativity. It mattered to him to show leather. Yeah, those were the two keywords I gave to me. So I sat. So immediately said that what came to my head was something that was interwoven. So I got back to my house or to my room that particular day, took a pen and paper and sketched exactly this. Not exactly this, but something along the line of this. Now, because I understood, because I understood the fact that, oh, this person wants creativity. This person wants leather to be depicted. It was easy for me to think in this direction. It was easy for me to think about this idea. I've never seen any logo that looks like this before in my life. Yet I was able to think along this direction. Why? Two things: thorough research, understanding the brief, and of course, sketching. So if while sketching, this didn't work out, I would have thought in another direction. And you know the amazing thing was, the day I worked on this logo, I can still remember it vividly. I was leaving academic building. For Futa guys here, there is this walkway that joins School of Agric and School of Sciences together. There was rain. I was just like, what will I do with this time? I just brought out my laptop. I was not with the sketches, but because I had the idea in mind, and I just executed this in less than, let's say, 20, 30 minutes. That's how much starting with sketches, doing your thorough research, understanding the brief, that's how much it can help you to get stuff done. Of course, I'll be showing all these jobs that I did under 30 minutes and all these things. We'll get to jobs that's totally filled or filled brutally as we go on. So, the other thing you need to do is ensure that you are careful while you are executing your designs. Now, you might have been experiencing this, or you will still experiencing that you already have this idea of saying, oh, this is what you want the design to look like. But you just enter Illustrator, then maybe mistakenly your hand just touch one tool, maybe gradient tool, and it just applies that effect on it. And like, effect you know are bad. In the end, people are backing in your gel. So it's better. So the thing is, always ensure that any idea you have in your head, see it through before you try and execute. Whatever you had in mind from the beginning, ensure you see it through. When you are done and it does not come out the way you want, then you can now go ahead to say, explore other options. But ensure that you see it through first. Don't be lazy to say, jump on to the next idea. Because in the end, you will keep running around in circles without getting to any point. However, don't be scared to iterate. So while I mentioned that, you should not just jump from one point to the other, what I'm saying in essence is, ensure you see that idea through, and when you are done with the idea, so like I mentioned earlier, like if you are done with the whole idea and it doesn't look good, there is nothing bad in saying, look at another direction. There are times that you are even done with the design, you sent it, I just take a second look at it and like I just don't like it again. So there's nothing bad in saying look at another direction and get it done. And I'll give this case study by Paystack. So Paystack did this billboard design sometime in I don't remember, maybe last year or 2 years ago. And what's really fast, so this big design here is the final design. But if you look below here, these are the various iterations. It's actually more than this. I actually gave 4 samples here. The iteration is actually more than 4. And one question you ask yourself is, all these designs, they actually look good. In fact, at this stage you are, when you do this kind of designs, you're a superstar. But why didn't Paystack use all these designs? It goes back to the fact that they were iterating. And what were they iterating for? They were iterating for success. That's like the way I try to position. When I use the word iterate, I try to take it along with success, because if you're not iterating for success, what's the point of iterating? So there's a message they want to pass across, and they didn't just want to pass the message across anyhow. They need to pass it across that you need to pay safe and pay fast. And for you to pay safe and pay fast, you can only use Paystack. So while all these other things seem to have passed the message across, you can see that the illustration here seems to, oh, you are doing this via mobile, then the URL is here, that kind of thing. So don't be scared to iterate. So if there are any questions so far, I would like to hear them. So we have about 5-10 minutes for questions so far. If you do not have any questions, I would oh, so you guys are not seeing my screen and nobody talked.
No, we are seeing your screen.
Oh, cool. So if you have any questions, I would like to hear them. If you have any questions so far, you can ask any questions.
Like, what's your pin? ATM pin.
ATM pin, Abby.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll send it to you. Send me your email. You are the one that asked for it now. If I mention it here, every other person will have access to it. So the best thing to do is to send it to you via mail or via WhatsApp. That's correct.
Guys, if you are not having any question, just say no so that we can move forward.
So if there are no questions, so everybody just unmute yourself and say hi. So I'll mention your name and you unmute yourself and say hi. I don't like the way everything is just so silent and nobody is talking.
They are too dry, Jerry. Serious people everywhere.
Is Ibukun there? Okay,
I'm here, sir.
Okay, yeah. Say hi.
Hi.
Come hi. So that one is acceptable. Anything you've learned so far, is it making sense? Should we stop the presentation? Will you people flog me? What do you think?
Oh, it was really nice. Thank you. Please don't stop. I'm learning so much. What else? No, we cannot flog you here, but
You can flog boss. Boss do very well.
Hey.
Yeah. Thank you, Bukun. David, I would like to hear from you. I would actually like to hear from everybody. Don't worry, let's just flex. We are here to learn. Right now,
Hi.
What did your voice?
Hi. Okay. So what do you think? So what do you think so far? Anything you've learned so far?
Yeah, I don't say I learned so much, but that's just what to qualify.
Oh, yeah, out of the so much, tell me one thing you've learned so far and you think that moving forward would help you in generating ideas for, let's say, your next designs.
You actually talked about sketch, which is important, but there's something I noticed in most of the design you showed us.
Okay.
Most of them are very simple and exact.
Okay.
It's not all this kind of huge and complex designs. And there's something I noticed. Most of your designs, the reason why they are fine is something someone that started today can replicate a bit.
Yeah.
It's not that complex to an extent, and things to replicate in this kind of extent, they take more time of thinking.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier, like you had to think for like 2 weeks, 1 week before you get to some simple designs. So that's
Yeah.
just trying to send a message to me that if it is complex, I just have to go back to my sketch.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. That's really awesome. So share go for me. Views media. I'd like to hear from you.
Agba.
They say Agba.
Baba talk now, wetin do you?
I don't want to talk now. Maybe I don't know. Alright, so it was an interesting class, like very interesting. Like I came a lot, from sketches to everything, So, but I have a particular question, like
Okay.
when you showed us that paystack logo, I noticed
Yeah.
something that some brands go with like small letters all through for their branding, like when they are designing their logos, and then some brands want to go with capital letter. What is the
Rationale behind this,
between
Tabi?
those? Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I would show some of those logos I have shown now and explain to you the possible reasons why. So so most brands you see these days using like uppercase, I say lowercase. They are targeting millennials. So they are trying to be relatable. They are trying to be not too formal. So so think about the way you think about the way you write a sentence. You start with capital letter. Sure you get. You say, let's say, I am a boy. I will have to be a capital letter. That kind of thing. So in the word pay tag, if you are doing pay tag as a sentence, like if you are using the word pay tag in logo mark, it feels this kind of official. But if you are doing small letter, it has this baby feel, this relatable, what you call it, feel to it that even you might not realize, but it's just the truth. Now, so I would go back to this Tires Leather Works logo now. So if you look at this Tires Leather Works logo, it has everything is actually uppercase all through. While it's not so anytime you see something uppercase all through, many times it speaks of formality, and another thing is luxury. That's another thing that comes with it. So the way you what you call it, the way you format your type, yeah, that's what it's called. Say you do uppercase all through, you do lowercase all through, you do sentence case. They all have the message that they are passing across. And but the thing is this: most millennial brands that most brands that are targeting millennials tend to go for lowercase all through. And in fact, you will discover that the fonts, like the character of the font itself, it goes a long way. So, for example, now imagine this that has leather works in lowercase all through. It will not give this same feel it is given to this logo. So it makes it feel complete. Another thing is, look at the paystack logo. These edges look rounded and everything just feels so perfect. Everything feels so coupled together. So it's a function of understanding the brief, researching more on your typography and how type works, when to use them, and how to use them. Then you would understand better the best scenarios in order to be able to use whether lowercase, uppercase, or true, or sentence case for your logos. I hope that makes sense. Cool. So the next person on my list here is Victor. Victor, yeah.
Make that one go sleep, Joe.
Bro, you know go sleep. I ain't the coordinators now.
Say that me.
No.
Now,
Okay. Hi, what's up? Okay, let's actually about is that brief part that actually comes to because shows that a good brief actually relates to a good design. So if the brief is actually bad, then designs will have issues.
The strategy will be bad too.
Please mute yourself, sir.
So, yes, please meet yourself. I will meet you.
Okay, so and also talk about sketching flyers. I've never done that before in my life, so I think I'll work on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know the sketching flyers too. So sketching and brief, yeah. Both of them works.
That's cool. So another thing on brief is, so on brief is they might give you the wrong brief. So you must know, like some brief can be really so foggy. So it's your right as a designer to ask for clarity on the brief. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So don't just say because they've given you brief, oh, you just have to work with the brief. Sometimes you have to do some work with the client in order to break down the idea. Is this really what they want? Those kind of things. So don't just let someone jump brief at you and say, yeah, go and battle with it. You have to do a collaborative work with your client, that kind of thing. Yeah. It's really important. So thank you, Victor. Ayorinde, Ayobami. Anything? Ayorinde, are you with us?
Good, Josh. Unmute yourself. Oh.
Okay, it's good, Josh. That photography logo.
Oh, you remember? Oh gosh.
This guy supposed to blow now, making the players money.
I will.
Good morning. I joined late. I'm so sorry. I joined the class late, about 5 to 7 minutes ago.
Oh,
Fuck shit.
okay. So no problem. Just hang around. We still have another session.
Thank you. Thank you.
At the end of it. Yeah. It's nice to have you around.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Sisi Joke, we'd like to hear from you. Sisi Joke, she's one of the members and speakers of Unit now, Abby.
Yeah.
She's one's dropping back at designs.
Yeah.
She's not here to joke. Even though her name is Joke. I can write.
Don't leave me.
You have heard. I've heard about.
Can you start over again? I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I've heard about sketching and flyer on T-shirt. But the problem I'm still having with it is how to start sketching, like how to put your brands together. And how to find the particular form to use for logo and I think some of the people depend on the students. And the fonts depends on the students that creating the logo for. I don't know if the person is so those are the issues I'm having now. But so far the part of the very
Awesome. So if I get you correctly, don't mute yet. If I get you correctly, you understand what the problem is, but your issue now is how do you solve this problem, right? So don't worry, before the end of this session, those questions are answered. Thanks a lot, I really appreciate it. So, Grace, can we hear from you? Oluwadunsin Aronsiola. You see Grace, will be Auntie Grace.
Garnet, where you did?
Guys, very great. Eh?
Garnet, this thing. No, somehow. But she should at least talk now. Want to hear your voice? Shy people everywhere.
Talk now. Don't be shy. You have to talk. You are paying a lot for this session. Don't wait for it. Hey, good morning, ma. Yeah. So did you by chance catch anything when you came in?
Yeah, very true.
Okay, so share that little with us.
Okay. So actually I came in when people were already like telling their questions. So I'm like what they know. So I think I really like. So I see there.
Yeah, I'm with you.
What I gained from the fonts on logo and how they actually relate to do like they do have like it speaks volumes with what people would say and like what reactions whether with like lowercase or uppercase or sentence case.
That's cool. I think it's something that would be helpful even now and moving forward when you work on your next logo, right?
Yes, sir.
Awesome, awesome. It's nice to have you around. So at DBC, we'd like to hear from you. Then we'll move on.
You are on IDBC now.
At DBC on the beat.
We go still
IDBC
go
at the
studio one day. Seriously.
I mean, I have a failed career in life. Career I never started.
IDBC, we are waiting for you.
Adebisi Awa. Are you busy? Show me what? Jesus.
Ah.
Oh, yeah, no. You said?
Ideas so poor.
Next now,
Not so now. Adebisi is not talking. Oh. Is anything the problem?
He's sketching what to say.
I think we'll just move on. He's sketching. Have you tried to understand the brief form? Okay, so if Adebisi is having issues with his microphone or whatsoever, I think he should just try and fix them. So in like at the end of the session,
Oh.
okay, yeah, I guess that's more.
Oh, no
So
problem.
Ayorinde and Sisi Joke would be going first, then Adebisi would go next. Hopefully, we would have solved these microphone issues by then. So let's continue. So now, let's be honest with ourselves. If you look at all this process, say, iterate, execute, fetch, thorough research. You know, the word here is not just research, it says thorough research. That's why I put it here that don't just go to Google and search for tailor logo to. That's not what we're asking you to do. Understand the brief, master the principles, master the tools. The question is, do you have to repeat these tedious steps every time you have to work on a project? Say, even ordinary flyer, you now say, master the tools, master the principles, master this one, understand the brief, thorough research, and all of those things. Where's the answer I have for you? It largely depends on you. And from here on, I'm sure I'll be able to answer some of CC Joker's questions. You can wait until you have a project, until you start following the steps, or you can use the following tips if you want to get ahead. And the first thing is, don't die while living. It sounds crazy, right? Like, how can you be living and you die? So there's this principle by Brian Holiday in the book Ego is the Enemy, which is like, I think it's one of the first books I read this year, and it's one of the, like, if you ask me to say Smog, I want to start reading, what book should I start with? I'll say go and start with Ego is the Enemy. And he gave this illustration of dead time and a lifetime. Dead time is, you don't have anything you are doing, and you just decide to say, let's just be flexing, let's just be going to Instagram, let's just be going to Twitter, and we're jumping on trends that do not even concern us. So you are spending that time, you are literally dying while you are alive, because that time can be used to do more productive things. I will still explain this later. Whereas a lifetime is, despite the fact that you are busy or despite the conditions that might surround you, you are still able to get going. You are still able to do thorough researches, even though you don't have any projects you are working on at the moment. You are still researching into various industries. You are still trying to understand brief. You are looking at other people's design. You are literally feeling what this man or Laolo or Kayode, one of the two, calls putting junk in your junkyards, because those junks are the things that you need for your next design. So let's get further on this. One of the things you need to do in order to be able to generate fantastic ideas is you need to be able to read wide. Like, I'm not just talking about design books. This is not just about reading Designing by Identity by Alina Wina or Thinking with Type by Ellen Lupton. You need to read biographies, read novels, read magazines, watch documentaries, and listen to some music. I have no outreach. Because, so I gave this illustration earlier that I studied surveying and geoinformatics, and a friend studying surveying and doing informatics, who has learned shoemaking, reached out to me and say, guy, I need logo for my shoemaking business. I'm not in the shoemaking industry. I need to understand what's going on in the shoemaking industry. What that means is I need to study or do research about what's going on there. The other thing about studying extensively is you need to study other people's ideas. Like some people tell you, there's no original idea. Like all the facade of saying you want to generate an original idea, a real idea that maybe you go and collect a Nobel Award for. Everything is fallacy. They're just daydreaming. It's fantasy. So you need to look at what have other people done, how did they do, and study it deeply. Because only then you'll be able to come up with your own original ideas. And some people will tell you that the more you're able to combine other people's idea, the more original your own idea is. So it means that if you cannot study other people's idea, it will not be convenient for you to combine other people's idea and generate your own original idea. The next thing is be open in every sense of the word open. Like be open. So be open to idea from other people, be open to criticism, be open to other people's perspectives, be open in everything and anything. So I'll just give a very good example here. So June, for example, they call it Pride Month. It's for say homosexuals, gay, non-binary, and all of those things. So you're a designer, and let's say UN, United Nations, wants to do a project on Pride Month. You say, no, you are the pastor of your church, you cannot work on the design. Or you even say you want to work on the design, but me, I will not depict anything that is gay in this design. You cannot achieve the expected result because you need to, you just need to open your mind. You need to be, you need to look beyond yourself. You have to be able to generate fantastic ideas. It's not always about what you know. It's always about what needs to be done. And many times, what needs to be done goes beyond you. Thereby, the need for you to be open. That's the reason why I'm coming. That's the reason why I'm coming. So I need to go back. This is my slide. That's the reason why I took this picture on Saturday, and I've been thinking about what to do with it until I had to work on this presentation. I felt like using it for a 404 error would not be bad because of the expression on my face. Like immediately I took the picture on Saturday, I knew I had to do something with it. So you just need to open your mind. So you need to let inspiration flow through. Don't hold back. Try and appreciate beauty. Like just go around, try and study patterns, look at what other people are doing, and you'll be able to generate fantastic ideas from there. Be open in every sense of the word. The next thing is feel like an artist. Of course, if you have food in your brain, you can actually go online, look for somebody's logo, and just copy and paste it and say you are done with logo. Or go online, look for somebody's logo, and say maybe the person used A, and you change it to B, and come here and tell us that you have designed logo. Still like an artist, literally, and there's this book called Still Like an Artist by, I've forgotten the man's name, Austin Kleon, yeah, that's his name. Austin Kleon. It talks so much on how you can get ideas from other people and own those ideas. So the idea is to understand other people's idea and make something exceptional out of it. And this is the final case study. Amirad. So Amirad is a fashion brand. The person that owns it is she was my best friend in when I was in uni, and she wanted to start a fashion brand called Amirad. Now, this business, or should I say, before we arrived at this local, I sent a presentation. Even at that time, I didn't even know much about all this branding and all this things. I sent her a presentation, and she was like, "I like this, but I feel like we can think in another direction." And really, when I said the presentation, it was just due to pressure of saying, she says she has a program, they need a logo to put on the roll-up banner, and what have you. And I said, okay, no problem, let me just do something. Then I rushed it. Now, the interesting thing is, I had worked on that logo, and in fact, the crown you are seeing here is part of the original logo that I had done. But we have not gotten there because she said she wanted to depict royalty in an elegant way that is also relatable. I don't like those are like primarily keywords. Now, I've seen Sujimoto logo like years, like I think a year or 2 years before I actually worked on this brand identity. And I knew that this caught my attention back then. So after seeing the first presentation and it was almost a rejection, I sat back and I'm like, okay, what can I generate ideas again? Where can I go? Then I remember this Sujimoto logo. Then I studied it. Now you see a lot of similarities in this logo. Yes, it's different. You cannot see this logo and immediately think of Sujimoto. I cannot see Sujimoto and immediately think of Amiral. And the inspiration was purely from Sujimoto. So this guy has a crown, a princess crown. This one has the crown of a monarch. This guy has two lions or stop. This guy just has like two ornaments holding up the crown. This guy has the letter S in form of an abstract form. This guy has the letter A to depict Amiral. This guy has Sujimoto in a banner, and this just has Amiral in a font without any banner. And both of the logos worked fine. And this was inspired by this. So there's no original idea anyway. In fact, when I sent her the logo, in fact, I did two logo options. When I sent her the presentation, she was like, she's adopting the two logos. I'm like, what the hell? You adopt the brand. That's what opponents can do to you. I just being open and stealing like an artist. Don't like just ensuring that they're not just copying and pasting, like really understanding. And one other thing that you observe there is just like I mentioned earlier, which was the junkyard thing, is you have to open yourself up for inspiration. Like many times, like like Tunji would say, like he says, like it's not everything that you need inspiration for. Like I worked on these slides, like I was just working on it, and somehow it's a good slide, but whether you like it or not, to me, in fact, it's a fantastic slide. It's the best slide in the world.
Let them know.
It's not actually everything. It's not it's actually not everything you need inspiration for. And the reason you don't need inspiration for everything is you need to continuously feed yourself with the things that will inspire you in the future. So you go back and see, or you go on Twitter and see somebody did a logo. You won't just look at the shapes and the color and say, oh, logo is fine. In fact, my corridor, I'm going to you can't do it. That's just the truth. Because a lot of things have gone on behind the scene to make that thing happen. So you need to continuously. So you don't just look at the design and say, I'm not the should fly and conquer the shapes. Because that was what like I did for like 3 or 5 years of my life. And many a time this thing is due to pride. So you can generate fantastic ideas if you are proud. That's just the bitter truth. If you are proud, you can generate fantastic ideas because you are not open to other people's ideas. Every time somebody does a design, all you are thinking about is what you could have done. You are not looking at things in that design that you can't do.
Rebranding gang.
And those are the things that you need in your next project. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. Like, and in fact, I think me saying that I do not design actively is like a cheat code for me to be able to do good designs. In that, I don't wake up every morning thinking of the pressure that I need to do design for anybody. But I see good designs and I appreciate them and I still try to understand what's going on behind the scene. So that's why I'm able to whip up a presentation in less than an hour, a slide as fantastic as this is in less than an hour, despite the fact that, in fact, this one I didn't even sketch anything. Like I just jumped at it and everything just fell in place because I've been seeing good design. So I'll just pick in from here, calling from memory, I just putting it together. You know the difference between like doing design and doing exam in school is when you're doing exam in school, you have like 2 weeks or you have like 13 weeks or 12 weeks to study. And after 13 weeks, you now pressure yourself, cram everything, and do it, rush everything in 2 hours. I don't even guarantee. Now, the design is every single day is study and every single day is exam. It's not like Christianity because you don't know when the exam will come. So somebody can call you up tomorrow and say, David or Sisi Jope or this Adebisi, I need a flyer. Is it at that point in time that the person says, I need a flyer, that you now start going to Behance to go and research what flyers look like? I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Sometimes when you're watching the TV and they do an ad, you just need to pay close attention to why don't you watch a flourish fresh it will make sense. But you have to pay attention to every single thing. You have to be aware. Maybe that's what I should have used there. Aware. The open in every sense of the word. Like you need to be open, like you just need to open your mind. Don't trap your mind. That's why so all these openness, that's why you see like guys like Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci and all those things. That means like maybe they don't believe in God because they are open to every perspective towards life, and that's really for me. Even though I say I stop design, that's like one of the perspective I've adopted towards life, and it actually helps a whole lot. You have less issues with people because you're not always trying to prove a point to anybody, but you are listening. And it will even help you further as a designer because your job is not to prove a point to the client. Your job is to do collaborative work, understand what the problem is, and find solutions to it. And how you find solutions to it is the ability to see like an artist, that is, see what somebody else has done and do it fantastically well. Be open in every sense of the word. From the client, from the friends, don't do design and show your friends in order to say, you did a good design. You are deceiving yourself. It's when in tears. Don't die while living. Those times when there are no projects, read, go to YouTube, learn how to do that thing you've been wondering how to do in Illustrator, and do it. Of course, it largely depends on you whether you want to repeat the tedious task of always iterating, being too careful while you're executing, starting with sketches, doing thorough research, understanding the brief, master the principles, and mastering the tools. There are a lot of things you can do before that next project comes. That's what you should be spending your time doing. Because idea will not fly and come and meet you. Thank you. Aremu Smog, you can follow me on Twitter. If you have any issues, aside here issues or body issues, or money issues, you can email me at
Relationship issues.
Relationship issues. Don't call me for relationship issues.
Financial issues, okay?
I actually forgot. Like I have to put this at the very end of the presentation because I forgot. Like charge me for your services. Because the speed at which ideas will come to your head when you receive a alert will actually amaze you. Honestly speaking.
I can relate.
If there are any questions, I'd like to know.
Questions. Wow.
Questions. That's all. What are you guys expecting?
Yes, sir.
I'm not a lecturer now.
Which font did you use? Oh, this any questions font?
This should be Century Gothic now. I mean, let me check. Let me confirm. I'm actually presenting from Illustrator. It should be Century Gothic. Have you want to change fonts, Mamilo?
It is now. Yeah.
It's Century Gothic.
Shut it on. Questions, guys.
Questions. It's me. Let's write me and center. So, who are the people that I said will talk first? Good talk. I like.
We are not hearing you. Smog.
You can't hear me.
Okay, better now. Yeah, we can.
Cool. So I said good Joshua. He has run away.
I left the meeting. Okay, IDBC has a question.
Yeah, please start your question. IDBC. Who is the other person that was supposed to talk? Grace.
Okay.
Yeah. Grace, yeah. So what did you learn on screen?
The main thing I learned was having an open mind, like a very open mind to people's ideas and not being true like to yourself and trying to understand how people think too is very important as a graphic designer. That's it. Like,
Okay. Let me ask you a question. So just imagine immediately you turn on your microphone and I said, Grace, you are stupid. What will your reaction be like? Answer the question. What will your reaction be like? Don't pretend. Just
oh,
what would your reaction be like?
ooh, I don't know. I'm not someone
The,
I don't know.
you
Really.
most likely get angry, right? Let's be honest here now. You most likely get angry.
Oh yeah, but I'll just let it go.
And okay, so because the fact that you delayed the answer means that whatever answer you are giving right now is not actually the correct answer. So I'm sure that you most likely. So probably because you are thinking it, that's why you are saying, "Oh, are you where you go?" It doesn't work that way. You most likely get angry. Be like, who is this guy? Say I'm stupid. That kind of thing. Yeah. Now, when I said openness in every sense of it, like openness can literally mean you even being a dummy. Like say, this guy says I'm stupid. Like take a step back and say, why is this guy saying I'm stupid? Like, am I really stupid? Have I done anything around this? Serious. No, really. That's where these things work. That's why they will tell you that, journalists will tell you that there's no question, there's no such thing as a stupid question. And the same thing happens here. So there's no such thing as a stupid idea. If my idea of you right now is that you are stupid, like, the best thing you can do is actually take a step back and see the possible reasons why you might be stupid. So when I was saying openness in every sense of it, I'm not saying somebody comes and tell you that, guy, affinity is the next thing really now. Go and draw Illustrator. No, it goes beyond that. It has to be your lifestyle. You cannot separate your design life from your normal life. Say, oh, this is when you're a designer. When you're in front of your laptop, that's when you're a designer. Once you are outside of your laptop, you're no longer a designer. It's just like Christianity or Islam. Like you have to on a daily basis, be in synchronization with God. You have to, on a daily basis, be in synchronization with design, with your approach to design. So there are a whole lot of topics around design thinking, and all of these things. And so my session is to talk about generating ideas. And like I said, this is like beginner level stuff. Like if you take all of these things and you try to work on them, you discover that they can actually go a long way. It does not look like much. Like I'm not saying, yeah, go to Google. This is the place where you will get idea. I cannot point you to where idea is because I myself I don't know where ideas are. I can only tell you how you can generate ideas. It's now left to you to look for where the ideas are. I don't get what I'm saying. So that's it. Thanks a lot, Grace. Sissy Joke, do you still have any question? The last sprints we had, Shamak went sprints in the night. The second phase of the session is some of your questions get answered. Is anybody still in this building, right?
No question.
Sir, there's a question in the chat box.
Okay.
So, cool. So the question says that, as regards the brief, in a situation wherein your client is trying to force an incompetent or bad brief down your throat, how do you go about it in trying to make him see from a professional perspective? Good. I will start with a very harsh answer, then I'll give you a more favorable one. The harsh answer is, one, not every client has to be your client. That's just a bitter truth. I think I have this conversation with Emmanuel almost every time. Not everybody has to be your client.
Yes, so.
Not everybody has to be your client. You don't have to. It's not everybody that tells you, I want to do a logo that you must do logo for. It's not everybody that tells you, I want to do a flyer that you must do flyer for. You must set standards for yourself. And standards in every sense of it. In terms of pricing, in terms of of your approach to work, in terms of your process. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like, I don't do designs again. I don't do designs again. But if you approach me and say, you want to do logo and you need this in 3 days, I will tell you point blank, I'm not the right person for you. If you want to do logo and you have budget of 5K, in fact, I'm the one that will advise you to go and use Canva. In fact, I will even help you download YouTube tutorial that you will watch and send to you. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So starting from that, everybody cannot be your client. You just need to understand that. Like you need to let that sink. Not everybody can be your client. 3D mock-up, that 3D mock-up matter. Don't tire me. Yeah.
Hey.
You have to set your standard. And one thing you should think about is this project you are working on. If you work on it, can you really show it to the world that this is the project I worked on? And that client that will pay you, let's say, 100K or 150K, if they see this project you want to work on, will they be encouraged to drop that kind of money? I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So that's from the harsh perspective of, say, clients and all those things. Now, the other thing is, it's actually very true that in some situations, clients do not know what they want. It's now left for you to be able to onboard the client. Now, there's a trick I know that I've tried and seemed to have worked. Is when you're having conversations with clients, first, let them know that you are seeing things totally from their perspective before you bring in your own perspective. And I learned it working with my project supervisor. Everybody says the man is hard, the man is hard. But the man is not actually hard. It's just every human being. It's just like every other human being out there. He wants to tell you this thing. So if I go to him, he says, Aremu, this your project though, we need the conversion accuracy is low. I will say, yes, sir, the conversion accuracy is low. Then I will say, the conversion accuracy is low because the conversion algorithm we are using is low. The accuracy of the conversion algorithm we are using is low. Do you know what that means? That means I made him realize that I know myself and I admit that the accuracy is low. And I'm not giving him the reason why the accuracy is low. So when you're having conversations with clients, one of the things you can do, or one of the acts you can do is use their exact words and use it for them and now state the problem with their own exact words. So somebody will not come to you and say, we need to do flyer and we need 10 logos on it. You won't tell them that having 10 logos on the flyer is a problem. What you tell them is, in fact, you will let them know that, if you have 10 logos, they will see all these brands, all these people will be happy, all of these things. They will be happy. You have make them realize that, having 10 logos on their banner is not actually a bad idea. But you not provide a solution and say, sir, instead of say, it's good to have 10 logos, but it will even look more beautiful if we put 5 logos front and back. You are winning them over. I don't know. So there's a whole lot with respect to say conversation with clients and all of those things. But like this book says, what's this book? How to Win Friends and Impress People. So honestly speaking, you need to read books because some of these things I actually learned them by reading books. Not like nobody, except maybe you're watching Chris do. Nobody I'm talking about these things. Yeah. So one of the things I learned from How to Win Friends and what do you call it?
Influence friends.
And
influence people.
Yeah. Is when you are talking to people, don't put yourself forward. Put them forward.
Yeah.
That's the only time they will become your friend. That's just the truth. So now there's a keyword you mentioned here that if they are trying to force an incompetent or bad beef down your throat, the answer that I've mentioned is not everybody should be your client.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Okay, yeah.
Awesome, cool. So who else didn't talk the other time? Good Josh is back. So in this session, what have you learned so far? Any questions? questions? There are any questions? Even from the things you say, I'm actually
We are not hearing you clearly. Smog. Hello?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, yeah, we can hear you now.
So I said I'm waiting for Coach Joshua. Hey, why? I'm waiting for you. Okay. Tell us what you have learned so far and you have any questions.
Okay, the major thing I've learned is when you talked about that collaboration while designing, and then there is no original idea when you use the two brands that you compared. So
Yeah.
now I understand that designing mutual is all about it appears in the mind first before you start. Just like you talked about the sketch, you have to know, I don't. So that's what I've learned so far.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. Yeah. So there's something else I wanted to say about what you call it, about ideas, like about these original ideas and stuff like that. If you have problem, reach out to people. If you have creative block, reach out to people. See, first of all, ask yourself this question: that illustrator you want to use to do design, are you the one that invented it? She was an illustrator. In fact, we are all using cracked version of Illustrator. So you now want to do design on a software you don't use your money to buy. You now become a boss. You end in tears. You will end up more frustrated. So if you have any issues, reach out to people who can help you. Don't try to say, hey, I know it all. If getting an illustration on free pick will do the job for you, go and get that illustration and move on. It's not everything you have to do from scratch. It's not everything you have to do. Of course, there are some things that you will try, that you will look for online, but you not find the solution. So what do? You might then use the approach of, say, design from scratch. But let's say, for example, now you want to use an image, and you have the idea of what it will look like in your head. Ask yourself this question: how many Nigerian clients can actually afford to pay you that, okay, go and do a proper photo shoot? Even big corporations do a proper photo shoot and they give you the image. It doesn't work that way. I don't even get what I'm saying. So in the end, you discover that everything you are doing is not original. You are using image from shorter stock that somebody that somebody uploaded, and that shorter stock said you probably didn't pay for it. You look for cracked version on how to get that image on shorter stock. You cheat MTN to buy the data. You need to download the image.
Weak meal.
The illustrator you are using, it's a man that sent it to you, and it's a cracked version. They are all corporates. You now want to the design. Now want to claim original. How fun, now, guy. Will it work?
Oh, wrong, man.
So, don't leverage on the shoulder of giants. So, if anybody has any other questions, we can.
If you don't have any question, just type no. No.
Yes, sir?
If no one is having any question, you can just type no. If you are not having any question, just type no, so that we know that.
So,
okay, nice one. Okay.
Okay, cool. So no questions. So let me do vote of thanks now. Even though not the party we do.
I think we should thank you.
Yeah.
So
thank you everyone for thinking. Oh yeah. Rex is thinking.
make that one come out, Jerry.
Rex, don't type. Talk.
If they want you need.
What do you think?
Nothing. I just can't.
Gosh.
I'm just thinking. Okay. So go and soak everything in. So are we supposed to make these slides available?
Yeah, sure.
So, we are supposed to pay for this slide extra.
I be now. We go blow one day now. We go come meet you.
You say?
We go blow one day. After we don't blow, we'll come meet you back.
You come meet me. After everybody go blow finish. One session. Why are you making millions now? You even see the smoke, say, we go one slap am, say, Palele, right?
Mo humble, mo loyal.
You know those clients that will tell you that they will give you connection.
Exposure.
Connection. I'm not got to connection. Come on, Sean.
We'll call on Shani Jari. So thanks so much, Mr. Smog. Really appreciate you.
Exposure. Exposure. Like your camera. Camera needs exposure.
Hey, why they laugh? So, Mr. Smog, thanks for today's session. It was really awesome, mind blowing as we expected. So, ex designer, where's the design? That one, I won't forget. He's still a designer. Everybody not designer. He dey design with codes. We accept.
Yeah. No, see, you cannot design with code.
Oh,
I'm
really?
designing with one bug now.
Last go do alright, Jerry. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Smog. I believe you can just type thank you to Smog, and you can just also tag him on Twitter. Aremu Smog. No other one on Twitter BS than him. He's one exceptional personal brand, or what should I say? Yeah, he's a great guy. So he's so humble. That's why he's here. He's one of the big guys we are looking up to in the industry.
Don't worry, just continue that.
So thank you so much. Yeah.
So, like I would always say, or like I've been saying recently, like the best way you can thank me is actually to ensure that all the things you've learned, you're able to use them, and even in the future, like there will be nothing bad if I'm collaborating with guys here and all of those things. Sure, you get, and we are working on stuff. Even though I'm not a designer, but you who have decided to go on the path of design, we can still collaborate on. So that's the best way you can thank me. Say in the future, I meet David, I meet Victor, I meet Shegun, AY, Awa, Grace, Sisi Joke, and we're working on stuff together. I think that's the best thank you.
Happy now. Like I did thank you now. You don't have my life. So guys, this should be the last session for do it actually. But I just contacted one of my guys also that will come and take us on typography. Like I was saying in the last class, that typography is actually a wide field. So he just gave me his consent that he's gonna come over, and perhaps Smog also can still come up to, just speak to us on something. I know he's a very busy guy. He has been debugging and.
I'm not thinking anything.
Nah lie. So thanks for coming. Thanks for attending. And after this, I hope to send the videos to us. The video rather, not videos. The video of this session to us. So thanks, guys. Yeah. Thanks, Smog. We celebrate you. We love you, and we trust you are going to do mind-blowing designs and just tag you that I was at do it and this is what I am up to. So have fun, guys. Yeah. Bye.
Have a nice day.
Yeah. Bye. Why this one they laugh now?